All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakahakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. And peace and salutations to you, Sister Aki, and pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking your lives and freedom to do so, not more so than ever. May the calling of election be upon your house. And each day, all right, we're getting closer and closer to the MOTB. I got this article here. It says technocrats in the European Union quietly roll out identity wallet. The European Commission frequently plays up to digital wallets' convenience, with messaging boasting that users will be able to use the wallets to check into hotels, file tax returns, rent cars, and securely open bank accounts. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen highlighted the following in a 2020 State of the Union address, where he proposed the concept of a secure European e-identity. All right, with all this technology and these applications, everybody's already being coerced into this digital payment system. Let's go grab some scriptures. Let's go to the book of Daniel. I believe it's 7 and I'm not driving. Let's go grab a scripture. This is Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. That word craft goes into trickery. When you go into the blue letter, Daniel 8 and 25. So the so-called white man, his flunkies, the Edomites, they're very crafty. Scripture says that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. I'm going to Hebrew word here, craft. All right. Which I want to get that in the Paleo Hebrew, break that down. But I'm gonna just say Esau's version. In the Assyrian, it's Miramah, and obviously that's not the Paleo Hebrew pronunciation, but it says deceit, treachery, right? It says craft, fraud, in the sense of deceiving, right? False, feigned, guile, subtly, treachery. Salakia. It says to deceive, fraud, fraudulent weight, made to deceive, riches gained by fraud, right? So that's the word craft, which is miramah, right? It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of the princes, but he shall be broken without hand, right? Which goes into him trying to fight up against Yahweh Shai. So it says he's going to magnify himself in his heart, and he's going to be pushing these things, all right, as a law. Okay, this digital ID, this digital wallet, is going to be made mandatory. It's going to be made part of a law. It's Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right, unrighteous decrees, man. All right, straight wickedness. Because we know that this is all the track. Remember, we just read that in Daniel 7:25, he shall magnify himself in his heart. He thinks that he's the Most High, so he wants to track everybody's movements. You see? Every time an app or website asks us to create a new digital identity or to easily log on via a big platform, we have no idea what happens to our data in reality. That is why the Commission will propose a secure European e-identity, one that we trust and that any citizen can use anywhere in Europe to do anything from paying your taxes to rent a bicycle. A technology where we can control ourselves, what data is used, and how. Okay? So we know that this is a coercion of sorts. Let's go to Genesis chapter 3 and verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Right, so that word, subtil. Okay, this devil, he's very subtle. He uses subtlety, which is really deceit. Okay, and that's why I was going into that scripture. By peace shall he destroy many, because he'll come through like this is the solution. Okay, for all of your problems. But really, all he wants to do is destroy you. You see? And that's why we tell our people through the Spirit, never trust thine enemy. Okay? Let's go grab that. Sirach chapter 10. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Never trust thine enemy. Okay? Right now, you got the majority of our people content living under this so-called white man's rulership. Alright, thinking that he's fit to rule. The scripture tells you plain, all his ways are grievous. Okay? Let's go grab that in the book of Psalms, the 10th chapter. Psalms chapter 10 and verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Which that's all this whole, what they call that shit, capitalism. It's all to just take the poor. Alright? It's lucky. Alright, what is that all about? To ensnare the poor. It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is not in all his thoughts. That's right, these devils don't show no remorse. They're not seeking out Yahweh Shemel Shai. They're not thinking about the Lord. The only thing they're thinking about is establishing their new world order. Is to further put the people in oppression, and to further put the people in debt slavery. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them. That's right. He be popping all that shit to these different nations. Now I go to that word grievous. It says pained, wounded. Alright. To twist. It says to twist, to twirl, fear, tremble, travail, be in anguish, be pained. Alright, everything that he does, is ultimately going to lead to your destruction. See? It says, certainly von der Leyen is correct that we have no idea what happens to our data when we create online accounts or log into private services, positing that digital ID can work to solve a core problem many people have when using the internet, right? Which all of that's going to lead forward into biometric data. You scanning your fingerprint or your hand, your retina of your eyeball or your head. Alright, and merging man with machine. This biometric data. Why? Because they want you to be the technology. Alright, it's no coincidence that you got these Apple Watches, these smartphones, these smart headphones, these the wireless, right? Virtual reality. You will own nothing and be happy. It says, but critically, the European e-identity and digital identification methods generally pose a bevy of new issues for civilians in both the short and long term. Namely, while digital ID can provide users access to services, a 2018 WEF report on digital ID admits the tool's propensity to exclude individuals' verifiable IDs open or close off the digital world with its jobs, political activities, education, financial services, healthcare, and more, and it will. Alright, they do want to cut you off, alright, from these different things. Alright, real soon, you're going to walk into your store and you're going to be like trying to pay for shit with cash, and they're going to tell you, we don't take cash. Then you're going to pull out your debit card. They're going to be like, we don't take debit cards. Then you're going to pull out your credit card. You're like, we don't take credit cards. And be like, damn, so what do y'all take? So you gotta go get this biometric data, this digital ID, right? You wanna get over a bridge, you wanna get on a plane, you're gonna need this digital ID, right? It says, and indeed, within the control of a corrupted state or other governance structures, digital ID's propensity to close off the digital world appears ripe for misuse or abuse. Researcher Eve Hayes de Calaf, for example, writes in The Conversation that states can weaponize internationally sponsored ID systems against vulnerable populations. That's right. And that's exactly the plan. Alright, to pretty much excommunicate, alright, most of you people out of their society. It says, she highlights an example from the Dominican Republic, where long-term discrimination against Haitian-descended persons manifested in the stripping of their Dominican nationality in 2013, rendering them stateless. Meanwhile, it's not difficult to imagine others falling through the digital cracks as digital ID systems become mainstream and interconnected with, if not a prerequisite for, accessing critical social and financial services and supports. That's right. So your job, the way that you make your money, they're all going to require this. Just the same way, when you you go to a bar and you're trying to get a drink and they ask you for your ID. When you get pulled over and they ask you for your ID, it's going to be the same situation for everything, all right, that you want to do, that you was able to do. They're going to flip the script on you. And a lot of you Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, you trusted in this place, man. And it's going to be to your shame. You thought that this was, you thought that this place was all fun and good. But it's everything but. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's right, before this devil goes down, he's going to come down with great wrath. He's going to implement certain things, certain laws, certain digital ID systems, certain payment systems. So that's pretty much on that. And I pray that the lesson was edifying. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai.